Welcome to a new episode of youBEAT Café. Today, guest is Mr. Siebrand Dijkstra, who will join us in a few moments. And he is the CEO of DJ.Studio, a groundbreaking software that is revolutionizing the world of DJing.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to our café. My name is Kevin, and we are thrilled to have you as our guest. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Kevin.
So I was saying before you came here that we're going to talk about a groundbreaking software, and we think it's revolutionizing the world of DJing. Is this the path on which this software is working? We can say like this, a sort of revolutionizing the idea of a software that mixes. So we prepared some questions for you, and the first one, of course, is about AI. And we would like to ask you, how does DJ.Studio uses AI to enhance the DJing experience, but also what are the main AI functions, their advantages for a DJ, bedroom DJ, or professional DJ?
Well, the technology we've built is in a few places. First of all, we have the analysis of the music. We do a Fourier transformation of the samples. From the samples we get through the transformation, we get different frequencies, and those frequencies, 440 hertz, for example, is the C. It has multipliers in the form of harmonics. So we need to find all that information in the music to know what notes are played. And those note combinations are chords and belong to keys. And we need to know in what key a song is played. And that's very important for harmonic mixing. If you have a C, for example, and a C chord and an F, they only have one semitone difference. So they are really close to each other. And if you mix them and you don't play that one semitone, well, they sound good. But if you take a C and a B, for example, they have almost 4 semitones difference. Well, then the chance of having collisions in the frequencies is really big. And if you have that collision, then it sounds off tone. And people ask, hey, DJ, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. It's a sensational layering.
So we go really deep in the analysis. And for every beat, we remember the notes that are played over there. And what we do with the AI is that we have all these beats and all these notes in a song, and that we look for patterns. And we are now improving our algorithm for phrase detection, for example, where you, as a human being, you can see, oh, there is the intro, and here are some chords. Oh, and here's the build up, and here's the drop. But for a computer, if you just write code, detecting a drop is really difficult. But by using AI, you can use machine learning to understand that after the build-up comes the drop. And if you take Martin Garrix, for example, he loves drop swapping. So he mixes even without earplugs, because he simply looks at the display and he knows here's the next drop, and whoop, here we go.
It's easier.
And yeah, it's a volume swap. We use it in DJ.Studio. Detecting those patterns with AI is lowering the bar for a DJ, where to mix in and where to mix out. So that's something where AI comes into place. We are now working on stem separation, and it's really popular. You see it in Serato, in DJ Pro AI. Rekordbox 6.7 now has stem separation. It was a big update. It was almost 1 gigabyte downloading the new Rekordbox, because there is this 540 megabyte model that is used by TensorFlow, and 150 megabyte model that is used by Spleeter. And those are used to separate the stems. And a stem can be the drums, or can be the bass, or can be the melody, or can be a voice. And well, as a DJ, if you're struggling in mixing, it's not about the drums. They never collide. What you can have in a bass line is that bass lines can do a sort of noise canceling. If they both have the same bass, then they cancel each other out. But it's more the melody that's the problem, the melody and the vocal. And if you can use technology like Splitter, and that's what we're now using, and everybody's using Splitter. It's fantastic technology. It came from a hackathon for Deezer, and luckily, thank God, they open sourced it, and everybody's using it. And the only people who are not using it are denying that they use it. So, but they all use the same base. And we also are working now on this stem separation technology, because it's cool. Yes, if you can remove the melody and remove the voice, well, then and you just have the bass and the drums, they will always fit. So it makes it easier for a DJ to mix. And we can do better beat detection if we already have AI that is saying, okay, these are the drums. And we are a DJ.Studio. It's a very young product. We just opened in 3 weeks ago during IMS Ibiza. And well, to be honest, we thought everybody was using an M1 Mac and instead of Windows. And we thought everybody loves melodic techno and trance music. And of course, it's a joke, but that's where I come from. And I'm not a DJ. I'm a wannabe DJ. And for me, I had this program Mixmeister, and it was an application where you could drag in music, and it did some beat matching, and then you could put them on a timeline behind each other. But if you wanted to change the order, you could simply drag them around. And it had some form of key detection, and it wasn't perfect. And you could speed it up and down a little. It didn't have pitch correction, but there was rebeating. It quantized the music. And I was happy with it, because live DJing, well, I do have the CDJ 2000s, and I know how to beat match, but phrase matching is already the next level, and it's difficult, and it's time consuming. And I love listening to my own music selection. I'm a playlist lover, and so I tried it on the CDJs, and then you fail, and you need to redo it, and after 25 minutes you make this mistake. So I learned writing, 25 minutes, I need to correct it. And I go back, take two, go back to the next build, to the last build up, and take the drop and redo it. And then you have 3 hours of music, and I have this list of notes, what I need to correct. And then I need to go into Ableton or Audacity, and then I become an audio engineer. I don't want to be an audio engineer. I'm just a playlist lover, and I want to make my own cool music mix
without worrying too much.
No, so it's taking too much time for me. And well, I tried Ableton, I tried Fruity Loops, I tried Cubase, I tried Logic. It's a hard job making a DJ mix in those environments. They are pretty impressive and intimidating, all those options in there. And in Ableton, I'm able to make a mix in there. But if I start dragging around songs, and well, Ableton doesn't do the key detection for me, and I only have the file name, so I have a lot of preparation before I can go into Ableton, and I really need to know the order already. It's time consuming. Yeah, I simply love Mixmeister, but I did have an issue. Mixmeister, it got bought by Numark in 2008, I guess. Numark got bought by Denon. Then it got bought by InMusic. And now they're all working on engine DJ, I guess. But they left my favorite Mixmeister application.
Yeah, it was a great one. It
So
still was a great one. I remember using Mixmaster Fusion, and not very
yeah, well,
enjoyable software.
and so Fusion was for live mixing and Studio for not live. So Fusion had two playheads. It's a very nice idea. We already built a prototype in DJ.Studio doing the same. But I always I went from Windows to Mac, and the Mac Mixmeister never worked okay. There was lots of problems in the drawing on the screen. So I had a virtual Windows machine in parallels, and I was able to have my Mixmeister over there. Everybody has an old Mixmeister machine. Don't touch it. It still works. Yeah. Well, my problem came when I bought an Apple M1, and I had a new parallels, and then my Mixmeister didn't work anymore. And it stopped working. It crashed. And I thought, oh my God. And so I thought, you know what? Let's do it ourselves. Yeah. And
Right choice.
I had a software company, and I sold it to a public traded US company. And for 6 years, I was head of innovation. And every month I flew to the US, and we built software for making websites, websitebuilder.com, with more than 1 million users. I built Bluehost Builder. We built software for constant contact, creative mail, lots of things completely different. And the head office got acquired in 21, and I was able to buy back the Dutch team. We're based in Holland. And so I was back in the driver's seat at the same time as I bought the Apple M1. So I said, you know what? We're going to do it ourselves. Yeah, now I want to have a solution. So we started building, first with just one developer, building the engine of DJ.Studio. And after a year, the first serious prototype was there, and then we started scaling up. And now in the last months, we're working with 21 developers on DJ.Studio, making it a DAW for DJs. And that's really interesting, because if you look at the market, you now heard my complaints, but in the market, you have the pattern of DJing, turntable on the left, turntable on the right, 2 volume sliders, and 3 knobs for the EQs. That's what we had in the 70s. And now 50 years later, we still have the same pattern. Yeah. The only difference here is this. Yeah. So we do have some more knobs, and we have a display and some functions, but the pattern is still the same.
Yeah, same philosophy.
That's interesting. So why don't we have DJs using 2 of these, for example? Well, that's interesting, because we kept the pattern of live DJing and live performing and being in contact with the audience. So, but if you want to make a DJ mix back home, there's no audience. And there's no audience that you say, oh, and now I'll go up with the filter and let's play with them. No, you're just making a radio mix, or you're making a mix for your friends. And the other solution are the DAWs, but Logic and Ableton and Cubase and Fruity Loops, or FL Studio, sorry, they are made for producers. They're made for music production, not for a DJ mix. But if you Google DAW for DJs, you will find DAWs for producers. And that's interesting. So there was Mixmeister, and then there was nothing.
So when we talk about this kind of compatibility and our hardware, can you tell us something about compatibility aspects between DJ.Studio for the future and hardware? There will be like compatibility with DJ equipment or hardware setups. Talking about the hardware part.
The first step, the first step for us was creating a DAW for DJs. So we import music, and first we just imported some MP3 tracks and the WAV files. Later we started connecting to existing DJ libraries, iTunes, Serato, Recordbox, Tractor we now implemented, Virtual DJ, and to connect to your music library, getting it into DJ.Studio. And in DJ.Studio, we put the tracks behind each other. We have created an algorithm to automatically sort your playlist. You maybe have seen it, that we can sort it on key and on BPM. And that's really complicated. If you have 20 songs and you need to order them harmonically correct, well, first you look at BPM and within it you look at key, but you always end up with 5, 6, or 7 songs that don't fit. And you start looking for extra songs to make them fit. And we created really good AI in coming up with a perfect playlist for you. Always a perfect playlist. Yeah. And if we have a gap, we have a solver. And then we look in your library and we say, well, if you have, we're missing something with a 2A or a 9B, if you put it in here, then it sounds perfect. So we help you ordering it really fast. And then for the transition part, you're always doing the same thing. You're always doing the same crossfade, or you do a bass swap, or you do a filter if you have a key clash. Yeah. And so we made presets for you where you can really fast do the transition. We have some basic editing, so you can Control-C, Control-V, or Shift mark it with the mouse and delete it. We're always on beat. So we are a tool that's perfect for the mouse. So that's the first equipment that we use. And because we are a DAW and we have a timeline. And the cool thing of a timeline is that you can go back in time, forward, you can go back again, and you can keep on listening. Oh, it sounds good. And then you go to the next transition. So we are keyboard and mouse focused. And
so it's a full control for a user that maybe it's a newbie in mixing. So this gives a great control, and also a great tool to learn. If you are not a pro, if you are a newbie, you can also learn in this way, because your ears starts to recognize when the keys are right, the tempo is right, and other things. So that's very good. So do you consider incorporate user feedbacks to improve and enhance this software? What about the community, even if it's a new product, a new software?
Well, we in DJ.Studio we have a feedback button in the top right corner where people can tell bugs and where they can come up with feature requests, and we monitor it extremely closely on a daily, hourly basis. We help people with bugs. And well, we see that a lot of people use Windows. We thought the whole world is using Mac, but there's more. People have mixed R&B and hip hop, for example. Well, I was a melodic guy, and melodic is always 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so somebody sent me a project, and our beats were off by 80% of the tracks. And well, a few days later, we come with an update, and now we are only 15% off of those same R&B tracks, because R&B is extremely difficult from a computer perspective in seeing where's the first beat. And you have to look at the hi-hats instead of the beats. And but we are in a beta now, and we learn a lot, and we're open to ideas. For example, we export the mix that you have made in DJ.Studio. We'll export it to Ableton Live. We're the first application in the world that's exporting to Ableton so that you can continue your workflow in Ableton. Let's say you have a radio show and you can start it in DJ.Studio and then you can finish it in Ableton. Okay. Well, somebody had Ableton 10 and he said, oh, please, can you support Ableton 10? And luckily in the past, I bought an Ableton 10 license, so I had still a key to download it. Yeah, and 2 days later, we have an update and now we support Ableton 10. Yeah.
So we can expect new functions for the future. Some function are already been in construction, work in progress.
Yeah, you can expect a lot of functionality specific for DJs and making DJ mixing easier. Yeah. You talk about hardware. We created a DDJ version of DJ.Studio, where we operate DJ.Studio with a DJ console, where we use the buttons for the shortcuts to the presets of the transitions, where we use the left cue to jump to the previous transition and the right cue to jump to the next transition, where we use the turntables as the cursor, and where we use one tempo slider for zooming in and out, and the other tempo slider to set BPM markers. It was funny to do. It was more to show off for Pioneer. Hey, look, we can use Pioneer hardware to operate DJ.Studio. But as the name suggests, DJ.Studio, we're targeting people who are sitting back home and who want to make a DJ mix fast.
So if you can, I was talking with some of my friends who are DJs, and I was talking about DJ.Studio. So the first question that they made to me, they asked was, why should I prefer it? Because they were like not aware of the possibilities of this software. If you should like answer to one of them, for example, what is the first thing you would say to him? Like, why me as a pro DJ or even a bedroom DJ should start to use it? What will be my pro?
For DJs, the first thing they learn is matching beats, and the next thing they learn is making transitions, and the next thing they learn is live editing. So you start to do tricks. You prepare, you use hot cues, and here I'm going to do a loop, or you use a loop marker or an automatic loop, and here I can do this effect. And then you look at videos of James Hype and you get frustrated. My God, it's a long learning. But you learn DJ. And you know what? Most DJs know how to DJ. It's for them, it's not rocket science. They don't need to prove in their bedroom that they are able to DJ. But the music choice is an important part of the identity of a DJ. And people want to listen to your mixes because they love your music choice. They don't want to listen to your mixes to see how you use a high pass or a low pass filter. No.
Right.
And you know what? They know that you're able to DJ. So if you are at a party, you DJ. But if you need to make your next mix and you need to put it on YouTube, how long does it take you to make your mix? If you have a mix of 2 hours, it's going to take you at least 3 hours. Or maybe 4 hours, because you need to do some editing and you need to, if you record it. If I can bring those 4 hours back to half an hour, that's saving you 1.5 hours. That's why you should use it. Making the choice of your playlist. Of course, when you are on a gig, you see how the people respond to songs. And based on that response, you select the next song and the next song. Yes, but if you make a radio show, there is no audience that's responding. So we can help you prepare your set. You simply say, okay, these are the 40 songs I want to have in my set. You press auto mix. We align them in a harmonic good way, and it's saving you a lot of time. And the next step, you say, okay, it has to be 1 hour. It's a radio show. I have 28 tracks and it's 1.5 hours. I need to do some cutting. So you simply cut out a few parts in your songs. And it's easy doing it with DJ.Studio. And setting some transition presets, it's not a sin if you use a standard crossfade. No, you do it all the time, only you do it manually. Or you do the bass swap. Or you do the bass swap skipping 4 beats. Well, we do have the presets for you, and you can combine them. Your creativity is still there. We don't make your mix automatically. The only thing we do is aligning them from intro to outro with a standard crossfade. So it is your music choice. It's your editing. You can put your effects in there, but you can do it to fast lane. because you don't need to wait until the next song before you can do the transition. You simply press next transition. So we can speed it up over there. And then once you're ready, you can export it to Mixcloud or YouTube. For YouTube, we have already animations in the software if you want. So we prepare your playlist. You don't need to do the writing. Which song is starting where in your mix. You can simply paste it in the description of your video, and you have a beautiful prepared mix on YouTube.
Well, this saves the most important thing, that it's time, and at the same time, the important thing is that it's not only a time saver, but we can see also it's a quality saver, because all the process, the algorithm, all the AI, it's made to create also quality, not only to save time or optimize time, but also the quality. That I think it's really important because we're talking about music that is art, and the quality must be the first thing. So we are
we are not replacing your creative process. We
yeah.
are supporting you, and so we are the DAW for DJs, and that's important. Yeah.
So I think we are running out of time almost, unfortunately. So first, thank you for our chat and for all the informations. But we were and we are still very excited for this software. I will try it myself because I'm not a DJ, but I'm into things. So I like to test this kind of software, making my playlist for myself. But I would like to try it. It was a pleasure for us to have you as a guest with this groundbreaking software, and we will like to wish you and all the DJ.Studio staff good luck with everything, and bright future for everything.
Well, DJ.Studio is in an open beta. You can go to DJ.Studio. It's for free. You can log in. If you don't have your music, as you say, if you're not a DJ, we have two settings. We have local music and YouTube music. And if you select YouTube music, you can mix with YouTube videos. So it's really fun to do, and then you don't need to buy the music.
Thank you again, and see you. Bye.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. Yes, bye-bye.